welcome back to Lisa's Kitchen. We're going to continue on with our pre-Thanksgiving meal. And what we're doing here, we're just doing our prep time. I'm getting together my turkey. As you can see right here, I already seasoned up my turkey with my house seasoning, my light olive oil, and also we just cleaned it really good and just married all those flavors, just got it all up in there and mixed everything up in there really nice. We're going to wrap that up. We're going to put that in the refrigerator overnight so that all those flavors can soak into that turkey, and it's going to be really, really good. I don't have any need to put it in the cooking bag because I like to baste my turkey. I don't find the need to brine my turkey. I just season it up really good, let it stay overnight, and it's going to come out wonderful. It's about a 14-pound turkey. I don't like my turkey to be pink inside the thigh. I like it to be well cooked. Well cooked, guys, does not mean dry. I know I was in the supermarket yesterday and the woman said that she's making chicken because she doesn't make turkey because it comes out so dry. I don't have that problem. I cook my turkey until it's nice and done. About 4 hours for that size turkey. And I keep marinating it. Now remember, marinating it is the key. And I stuff my turkey. I do not make my stuffing inside of a pan. So like I said, in here we have our cornbread that I cooked in the oven and I broke up. We have 2 bags of seasoned stuffing mix. Remember, I do not say dressing for all you southerners out there. I say stuffing. Okay, in here we have our mirepoix, which was our red bell pepper, our onions, and our celery that we sauteed in our pan with our kielbasa, just to render some of the moisture out of it and just to get it nice and tender. So I mixed it up in our bowl. You see our bowl is really tight here because we have a lot of stuffing. Because you know what, guys? Everybody loves my stuffing. My stuffing is not really my recipe. It's my dad's recipe. My dad, God bless him, and he makes an oyster dressing. Again, don't be nervous when I say oyster dressing. Your stuffing is not going to taste like seafood. It's not going to taste like the ocean. It's going to have this really mild, unknown, amazing flavor to it. And people are going to say, what is that? It tastes familiar, but I can't figure out what it is. It's going to be those oysters, and it is fabulous. And we're going to take all these oysters, we're going to blend them up in a food processor to crush them down. We're not going to put in big clumps of oyster in our stuffing. We're going to blend it all down, then we're going to mix it all in together, add 2 eggs, and we're going to add our 3 cans of chicken broth and mix it up really well, and then we're going to wrap it up, put it in the fridge, let all those good seasonings get in there overnight, and it's going to be fantastic. So come on over here. What I'm going to do right now, I'm going to take 1 small container of oysters. They're really fresh. Now check it out, guys. I'm not a fan of oysters. I'm not a fan of eating oysters, but I love oysters cooked in other foods because it has an amazing flavor to it. So the juice and all, we're going to pour this whole can into our little mini food chopper here, and then we're going to mix it up so it gets nice and smooth. Excuse the noise, guys. Okay, now listen, don't get me wrong. I agree with you. It is not the prettiest thing in the world. It looks really strange, but trust me, it's going to be the bomb. You're going to love it, I'm telling you. And you know what, for those of you that are not cooking because you don't have all the ingredients now, you can make this for Christmas, because I know many of you have Thanksgiving and Christmas, the same type of meal. I don't, but it's okay. You can make this stuffing anytime. Okay, bear with me, hang in there, don't get nervous, okay? I know, you know, this is kind of a little creepy to you, but you're not going to taste the fishiness of it, but you're going to taste the wonderful flavor of the oyster. We're going to mix it in. We're going to blend it in. You know I really want to get my hands down in here, right? But I really want to mix some of this up first. There's so much in this bowl. And this is the biggest bowl that I have in my house, okay? I have to make all this extra stuffing because Linda's coming over for stuffing and Tasha's coming over for stuffing, you know, and my husband loves stuffing. And let me tell you a quick funny story. One Thanksgiving I had at my house in New York, and my brother Eric and his family were over for Thanksgiving with us from Virginia. And let me tell you something, I woke up the next morning after Thanksgiving, and don't you know that man was in the kitchen eating a big bowl of stuffing for breakfast? He was like, sis, there's something about your stuffing. I love your stuffing. I said, it's daddy's stuffing. That's what it is. Okay, my father was a fantastic cook. And I have gotten my skills in cooking from my mom, who is Cape Verdean, and my dad. And he was a fantastic cook. Okay, so right now I'm just going to sprinkle some house seasoning on my stuffing. Okay, not too much, not too much. We don't want to overpower our stuffing with seasonings, okay? Also, remember we have our oysters already in here, but what I have right here, which I got from the farmer's market up in DeKalb County, is herb de Provence, which is wonderful. I got that from Jardin de la Venta, and I tried it, and it's fabulous. And it's just a mixture of a lot of different herbs, some thyme, some crushed up oregano, and some jasmine, and some celery seed, and some just a lot of goodness, not too much. Again, dry herbs are very, very, very strong. Okay, what we have here is some dry sage. Sage screams Thanksgiving and Christmas. It's a holiday fragrance and herb that you just cannot get anywhere. And unfortunately, I only use it, usually I only use it during the holidays when I'm making stuffing and so forth. But sage is a wonderful herb. What I'm also going to put in here, which is my favorite seasoning for my stuffing, is Bell seasoning. Now, listen, I am not a measurer, as you can tell. And I know that might be a little difficult for you, but you know what? I put like 3 pinches of this, 3 nice pinches. I would say I probably put about a tablespoon of sage in here. And I probably put about maybe 2 tablespoons of seasoning salt in here, okay? That seems like a lot, but this is a lot of stuffing, okay? Now, Bell seasoning. Let me tell you something. There are a lot of, this is a commercial, right? But there are a lot of poultry seasonings on the market. But honey, let me tell you something, nothing beats Bell seasoning. It is fabulous, fabulous. I had my girlfriends mail this to me from New York. That's how much in love I am with Bell seasoning. You gotta get you some. If you gotta call up north, order it online, get yourself some Bell seasoning, okay? So, and I'm very generous with my Bell seasoning. I have some in my freezer frozen, and I just sprinkle it all in there, and it does not taste like any other kind of poultry seasoning you have ever tasted, okay? And now, what I'm gonna do, since I have all of my ingredients in here except for my liquid, I'm going to start to slowly incorporate my chicken broth. Earlier I said water, excuse me, that was a mistake. I used chicken broth. You can also use the water from the neck and the innards of the chicken and the turkey that my father used to do. My daughter, that freaks her out, so she doesn't want me to use the innards or boil them down. I said, no, you're not ever going to chop them up, you're not going to taste it. She said, oh no, that's so gross. It's not gross. That's the old school way, folks, okay? But because she's squirmish, I'm going to use chicken broth, okay? So we're going to take our chicken broth. We want to moisten up our stuffing, but we do not want to make our stuffing a big cake of mush, okay? So I'm going to mix this up first. Now, what I did, I am smart. I have 3 cans of chicken broth here. If I find that my turkey stuffing is not as moist as I want it to be, come over here, guess what I have? I didn't tell Alexis, but I did put the innards, but I did take the neck and I boiled down my turkey neck with just some salt and some bay leaves, okay? So if I needed any extra liquid for my stuffing, here it is. But shh, we won't tell her, okay? She won't mind just because it's only the neck, okay? Over here, if you notice, we have our potatoes that are already done for our potato salad. We'll get to that later, okay? Come on back over here. Okay, now, let's start mixing up our stuffing, mixing it up, incorporating that liquid in there, okay? We're gonna go slow. We don't wanna have a disaster in our kitchen, okay? We wanna mix it, but we don't want to have it all over the kitchen floor, okay? Now, it is very dry. Let's add another can of chicken broth. This is gonna be some good stuffing. Let me tell y'all something. A lot of people like savory stuffing. Some people like sweet stuffing. I have a girlfriend named Bev that makes some fabulous sweet stuffing with different types of fruits and dry fruits and raisins, and it is wonderful. But I prefer the savory stuffing, and my family prefers it, okay? Especially my big old husband, who loves the way I cook, and I try to make sure I please my man when I cook, and my family too, okay? So you see now, it's starting to come together a little bit. It's starting to look like stuffing now, okay? It's not looking like a bowl of bread, okay? So we're gonna continue to mix this in. I already know by looking at it. See, it's coming together. See that? It's starting to come together. And I'm going to put in some more of this chicken broth. I'm not sure yet if I'm going to use the whole can, because this stuffing is starting to come together, and I do not want a clump of clay. Okay, I want my stuffing to be nice and light. Ooh, I don't want it to be like a brick. So now I'm going to take half of this chicken broth and I'm going to pour it in here and work this in. Not the whole can, because I want to see the consistency of my stuffing. And I'm going to show you what I want it to look like, okay? I know a lot of you guys use the cube stuffing, and it's just a preference. Whatever floats your boat. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you like is fine. And you know what? You can put Italian sausage in here. You can go vegetarian. You don't have to put any meat in here at all. Just all of your wonderful vegetables. You can put artichoke, all kind of vegetables in here. Stuffing is so versatile. You can put anything in it and it is going to just be wonderful. But just make sure you add your seasonings. Now, the last thing I want to put in my stuffing before I put it in the fridge is going to be 2 eggs that are going to act as a little binder, a little bit of glue for my stuffing, okay? And I'm going to make sure that I taste it before I put the egg in, okay?